Welcome back everybody to Hinterland, and the struggle is real. Been a little bit of a gap between last episode because it's been a little bit busy, went to llama and things like that, but we're back. Got the help menu on because the silage is 40%. That's not too bad, seeing as we're still in the same month technically. So hopefully next episode that could be ready. That's going to be quite exciting. I'm just going to turn off that help menu. Right, the plan of attack for this episode. We need to raise some funds. Now, I know obviously it's a bit of a repetitive thing, cutting down trees, selling them, but that is how we're going to have to carry on for a while till we get something going. But what I want to do is turn this into a field. I think we'll keep it that size because that is going to be a good size field. Now we could go smaller, but we're just probably, well, we're not probably, definitely not going to make enough money off of small fields. So I think that'd be a good size field. So in order to do what I want to do this episode to help us progress, I think we're going to need to be raising around 10 grand. So quite a bit. We did get charged our fee for the loan as well overnight. So yeah, that's another thing that's hanging over our heads, but I'm not too worried about the loan. There's nothing we can do about it yet. Obviously when we do start making some decent money, we can start paying it off a little bit here and there. And hopefully one day on here we will be debt free and we will be making quite a bit of money. And all this will look quite a bit different, which will be very nice. Right, I'm going to go for some big trees. I think these two, probably have to move this tractor again, but we're going to stop there. I think I'm thinking probably that one there and that one. We'll go for two, see where we get. What I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on recording. I might not necessarily speak because I could do some of this in a time lapse, because I know a couple of you were interested to see me load up that trailer after last episode's shenanigans with it all stacked up. It was a bit of a challenge. So depending on how long the video ends up after I've finished editing, you might see this as a time lapse or you might not. So, but either way, we're cutting those two trees down to make a bit of money. So this one, and we're going to have to try and fell it that way so that we don't end up out of our zone, so to speak. Whoa, there. Is that going to roll down the hill? Probably, maybe. And what one did I say? That one there, I think. So we will aim that down that way. I think they're roughly the same size. I'm sure the other one said 35.8 meters. .6 after we've chopped it down. Let's get these branches all trimmed off. So it is going to take a while to chop all these up and load them all up, which is why I say you might not see it because of the length of the video at the end. Right, what did this one say? Where are we? Yeah, same look. That's good. 34.6. Look at that. Happy days. So get this off. We should be able to see a little bit better then. But I am looking forward to raising the money so that we can get somewhere. I'm going to chop that there. I think I should be able to probably lift that one. Yes, I think we should. It's quite thin up the top actually. That's a bit worrying. It's not quite as thick down the end, but we'll see. If we haven't got enough, then we're going to have to chop some more down. I just hope these don't start rolling down the hill, because I don't want to be chasing logs. Yeah, oh, wow, first one, brilliant. They're probably too big as well to pick up. Right, okay, I thought I'd bring you back in. We are getting there. So I think what we'll do is we'll sell this load. I'll probably do all that off camera because it's going to take a bit long. And as of yet, I'm not sure whether you will see this as a time lapse. As I said, hopefully you will. I'm hoping it hasn't taken too long. But there's two pieces there. It is pretty stacked up. When you get this sort of high, it does then become a little bit difficult to try and get them up on the top. But that's not bad. It's not bad. It doesn't look pretty, I know that. We're not aiming for it to look pretty. I think we've got all of that. I don't think there was anything left there. I think it's just this piece that I put down quite early on. Can we just squeeze that somewhere? That will do if that... No, that did not stay. Where did that go? There it is. So this is how difficult that can get. Whoa! Goodness me! Right on the last one. That's not good, is it? Wow. That was like the version of Super Strength for console. It took me a few attempts, but I literally grabbed hold of one of these and just tried to lift it, and I've lifted the whole tractor up. That's unbelievable. I wish I'd recorded that, but there we go. But as you can see, I haven't restacked. I didn't save the game or anything like that. Now, I am a bit scared that we are not going to make it to the sale point. So we will go... Whoa, there is a log there. Okay, right, what way did it tip? It tipped that way, so I'm wondering if we could... No, that didn't like that. Probably should have turned that tractor off because it was a little bit noisy. That didn't like that either. Come on. This is definitely proving to be... the struggle is real. Right, off we go with some huge great gaps in between the logs. Please make it. We're going to take it quite steady. That was unbelievable. But we've had that before when I've been loading this. This tractor's been moving around as I've been lifting the logs on and strapping them down. So that's quite good to know that we can lift that up. And as you all know, I am on console. There's no super strength on this series. But that's quite remarkable, really. Okay, I don't know what the price is for wood. We'll have a quick check. Let's just make sure we can safely get into the zone first. So, what are we thinking? Let's turn the engine off. We'll have a quick look for the price of wood. Oh, it's going back up again. That's pretty good. So, what are we going to make? Oh man, is that it? Well, I say that, is that it? That's a pretty good price, but cutting down that other tree is not going to be enough, is it? So, I think we're going to have to do another 2 maybe, 1 or 2 after this one. But anyway, we're on 3,880. We'll get this one chopped up, loaded and sold. I will bring you back in when we are kind of at around about the 10 grand mark, hopefully, or when I think we will hit it with that next load. So hopefully see you pretty soon. Okay, I've done that on purpose because I just wanted to show you, just to prove that it can happen, because it did happen again to me on the second tree. Cut one more down, which was the same size, which is this one here. But I'm just going to show you. Remember, I am on console. How awesome is that? Right, enough silliness. Just wanted to prove a point that it can be done. Let's go and sell this. Now, I think this will be enough money to be able to purchase a couple of things that I want for this episode. And it should be very good for us moving forward. Now, obviously, we're not going to be able to afford everything, so things like stones, lime, even fertilizer to start with, it's going to be a gradual build up, I think. I know obviously we can chop down trees to keep making money, which we're going to have to. So, but I don't want to keep going, right, I need to get a fertilizer spreader, I need to chop down 12 trees to do that and do this. So let's get cracking with some actual sort of farming, so to speak, and we'll just build up as we go. So as I said quite early on, we are going to take a bit of a hit on our first few sort of crops because the fields aren't going to be fully fertilized, etc. like that. Oh wow, that's awesome. That should be plenty. So we will we will take those straps off. I do need the other tractor actually, so let's hop in that. There it is. We will, I think we'll leave the weight on the front. Whoa. Because that sticks quite a way out, that does make that a bit front heavy, so to speak. I made a bit of a boo-boo. I should have bought the other weight because obviously we can actually make that one. Whoa, look, here we go. It's sliding out. Yeah, the other weight we can make heavier as we progress if we want to. But I thought I'd try something a little bit different. Anyway, right, we need to create a field. So we're going to use this. Now I've only used this once. I only recently found it after it was recommended to me, and it's this. This is by Ridiculous Dominic, I think, if I remember rightly. There is an Unreal one, which basically means you can go faster. Not too worried about that, because I'm happy to go 9 miles per hour. Don't want to go too, out there with this series, but we are going to be using some mods that are going to make our life a little bit easier and going to be a little bit cheaper, and this is one of them. Now, it does say down the bottom the horsepower requirement is 320. Our tractor is 35. But the good thing about this has a little bit of a trick up its sleeve, like one of the other plough subsoilers that we've got. Now we can have the mulcher. If I remember rightly, I think that will mulch as well as plough. I don't know if that's going to do that for us this time round, because we've mowed that grass. If it was a harvested crop, it might work, but it doesn't cost us anything, so I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not too worried about the colours yet, but we do have quite a good choice there. We'll keep it as is, I think. Now we need to buy that, so straight away that's 4,200. Now that is also 10.5 meters wide. Now, if you haven't used this, you're probably screaming, whoa, that weight probably needs to come off. We'll hook that up because it hopefully will counterbalance a little bit. Yeah, you're probably screaming at the TV or screen now thinking, what are you doing, Snowy? Good thing about this, you can fold it in, look, and it will go down to that sort of width, probably about 4 meters that. So, what am I doing with this? As I said just a minute ago, we're going to try and make our life easier. Now, I'm going to create fields. I'm going to show you as an example. We'll probably try and stick to the grass that we cut. So allow create fields, we'll drop that down. Started to create a field. Now this is where it isn't going to work. So look at that. I mean, bless the little tractor. It's trying 2 miles per hour. So we'll abandon that. And like I say, I know a lot of you, right, that weight's gonna come off. We'll keep it on. I think we will keep it on once we reattach. Right, so the little trick is if you come around this side, you can hook up to it. Come on. Like that. So technically we are around the wrong way, as you can see. But we don't care about that. So now if we turn around, as I was saying, a lot of you will probably already know this, and if you've used that Lizard 69MT or whatever it is, it does the same thing, but obviously this is 10.5 meters. Now I think we probably will have to do create fields again, yes. So let's raise that up. We'll create fields. Bear in mind, 35 horsepower tractor, 320 for this. We've spun it round. Look at that. 9 miles per hour, 10.5 meters wide. We are creating our first field. Fan-dabby-dozy. Look at that. That is the beauty about Farm Sim. You can play it however you want. We will be doing that sort of theory in this series. Wow. This shouldn't take too long, so I'm not going to do any time lapse. I'm going to just talk gibberish to you probably whilst I do it. Now we do need to be careful here because we were a little bit out of our boundary, weren't we? So if I kind of, probably should have put that on really. If I kind of do that, I think we were okay along here, weren't we? Looks pretty good on the mini-map. So as long as we stay there, I'm not too fussed about straight edges, things like that yet. Square fields kind of thing. Let's just get a field in. We'll come round like that and we will meet back up there. Need to be careful because this tractor and the other one does tend to overrun. But look at that. Let's go up landscaping mode. That is going to be our first field. I am happy with that. And as you can see, that is not going to take very long at all to fill that in. So yeah, we have got stones. It does technically need to be limed, but I think we can still plant without doing that. I always thought you had to. I don't know if I'm thinking 19, because that's what I was worried about, but I have done that before. I've created a field and then planted straight away, and it seemed to be okay. So I'm hoping that is going to be the case again. Look at this little tractor. What an absolute beast. 35 horsepower, and that is just pulling that like a dream. Obviously because we've technically cheated the system, but if they didn't want us to do that, they wouldn't have put a attachment on the other side, would they? So there we go. I mean, we could have gone a lot faster, 24 miles per hour, by buying the other one, but I'm not in any rush. We're making very good progress. That has got very dirty very quickly. I think I've probably got dirt on fast, maybe, I don't know. I can't remember if I had that on. Doesn't matter. Not a problem. We've still got 7,234 in the bank, but that is going to go down again in a little while. And eventually we should show on the mini-map, it is starting to show, and then on the big PDA we've got a field. Oh, one thing I was meant to check last episode and I didn't, was to see if there was any contracts we could have done on those other fields. Now obviously I have set the rule, we can only do contracts on those 3 fields if we own our own equipment to be able to do those contracts. So at the moment it's not really going to be anything. We do have a plough though, so if any ploughing contracts come up we could nip over and do that, and this thing will absolutely blitz those. So we'll just finish this and I will have a quick look. I was thinking maybe if we could find like a cheap cultivator, just cost us a couple of hundred, we could nab one of those if the money's worth it, just to kind of build ourselves up a little bit and save us from cutting too many trees down. Right, there we go. Let's turn off crate fields because I want to place this down. Now obviously we've got equipment everywhere at the moment on here. So at some point we're going to need to put a shed down. So there we go, that will fill in eventually. There's our field. Whoa, we are right on that. That could be, let's just fill in there. That might be a little bit iffy there, but we'll see. It just might mean that there's a little bit of crop left over there which we can't harvest. Right, contracts. Ah, see, there is a cultivating one there for £1,000. So that's what I mean by that. We can just pop over there, do that. We'll still make a little bit of money if we have to fork out a couple of hundred for a cultivator. We could look into that, but I'm not going to do that this episode. Harvested. Oh no, potatoes. Definitely have not got equipment for that. No way. Right, let's head on over to the store. Oh, one thing I wanted to check actually. If we stay in this menu, as we can see, plowed. So yeah, it does say lime. Is that mulch there? So it has kind of... I don't know why it's just mulched that area. But we have got a stage of fertilizer there as well, because obviously it was grass. So that's pretty good. And we can see we've got stones in there, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, so we need to get ourselves a seeder. And I've been looking around. I've had a couple of ideas. One thing didn't quite work out as I'd hoped. I'll show you that in a second, because I thought that is going to be very versatile for us, but it is not the case. And what I'm talking about, break, is if we go into here and seeders, I already had this Massey Ferguson downloaded, but I thought that was just a lime and fertilizer spreader. But then you've got this version in the seeding category, which is quite cool. But I saw this on Mod Hub, and it's the same sort of thing. It was showing that it can seed, fertilize, solid fertilize that is, and lime. I thought, wow, imagine if we can use all three on one bit of kit. That is going to be very versatile for us. But it's not. It's the same as this Massey Ferguson one. It's split up into those categories. So the fertilizer spreaders will do your lime and fertilizer, and then you've got a seeder as well, which is a bit of a shame, but it doesn't matter. But this Massey Ferguson one is cheaper. It holds more seed, and it's got a better spread width. Now, I know some people probably aren't going to be very happy about this, because it's kind of like spreading the seeds out. But I mean, it still would work, wouldn't it? You're spreading them onto the ground, they probably would grow. But we're going to go for it. £5 So you can have Massey or Voucher. Now what I might do is get the other one or another one for our fertilizer spreading and liming. So we'll probably go for, in fact, there we go, look, that says fertilizer on it already. So when we buy that, we'll have the Voucher one, I think, but the Massey one we'll keep like that. So this is going to be our seeder. Now 70 horsepower, that's something that I didn't really check. We could be in a bit of trouble with that. Right, we need some seeds. I do have things here, but I don't think I'm going to. I thought I had... yeah, I've been through this before. This this pack is very cheap, but there is no seeds, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there's no seed pallet, which is a bit annoying. Right, we're just going to go for one of these big bags, 800. We'll just grab one, because I think that said 1300 capacity. So we are down as quick as that to £1,400 just over. But that's fine. That is fine. So let's fill that up. As you can see, seed going in. 1,000 litres. Right, what are we going to grow? We're still good for canola, actually. Quite tempted to go for canola. It will be worth more. 729 should be, yeah, a lot more. Okay, we will go for that. Now, if we do get ourselves in a position to have chickens, I mean, the good thing is we've got a couple of planting windows, look, there for wheat and barley. So that's not a problem. Sorghum is April time. Yeah, I think we'll be good to go. I'm going to turn on the help menu just to make sure I haven't got to do anything special. No, just turn it on. Right, let's select canola. There we go. Now I'm hoping this does work. So off we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Right, let's stop a minute. This is insane. It's like spreading fertilizer. Look. Canola in just like that. Growing. Needs rolling, but again, not too fussed about that. I'm not sure we can afford a roller yet. We might be able to, but I'd rather spend our money on something a bit better. Right, we're not fully getting that little bit there. This is crazy though, look. Look how quick that is happening. Like I say, I hope I don't upset any people by using mods like this. But it is going to be very useful having that. We may come a cropper along here though. I think we're probably just over our boundary, but never mind. That is flying, this tractor. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I think it said 20 meters spread width, didn't it? Well, if you're going to make your life easier, or if you can make your life easier, then why not? Tiny little bit there. Let's get down there. Wow. I am speechless. Not really, because I'm still talking, but you know what I mean. That is just crazy, guys. We've created a field just like that, and we've already put canola in. Our first field. Look at that. There we go. I am happy. What a way to leave the episode. Just going to quickly go and see how this silage is doing, because we are a bit further into the day. I did have it on ×6, but it was going a bit quick whilst I was doing those trees. So on 53, so probably not quite ready when we start the next episode, sorry. But there we go. Look at that. Wow. Oh, there we go. The fertilizer is going up. It's a little bit iffy around that edge. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I think we'll leave it there for that episode, guys. I am very pleased with what happened in this one. I hope you are too, and I hope you don't mind that cedar. It doesn't mean we have to keep it, but it's a pretty cool mod. I honestly didn't realise that that was in there. I thought I just had the fertilizer and lime spreader there, but I was like, oh, what's this? But if you have enjoyed it, guys, please give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. And don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.